Welcome, welcome. Today I will be making a peach mousse cake. But fair warning, the cake will not come out good. But it's okay. So here is the process. Let me introduce myself. Hi. My name is Sarai. And yeah, while I was filming the intro, my sister was watching me and it was really awkward, so that's why I'm laughing it off. But anyways, let's get started. Here is my recipe. Wait, why is there stains if I just started? Well, this cake was a 3-day process and this is day 1. So on day 1, I started to make the sponge cake and I started off by separating my egg yolks and my egg whites. Eggshell tower. Ta-da! Egg whites, egg yolks separated as you can see. Ew, hand movement, ew. Anyways, get cake flour. You want cake flour, not just any regular old flour. This is a special cake. All measurements will be put on the screen, but measure out your oil and put it in a pot on the stove for 30 seconds or until it's nice and warm. Then you're going to need your cake flour and cornstarch. I substituted all-purpose flour for my cornstarch because I didn't have any. But yeah, you're going to want to put that into your bowl or pot and mix it around until it's all combined. See? Combined. Then you're gonna measure out your milk and you're gonna pour it in there, and then it's gonna thicken up, so just keep mixing. Ew, my hand. It should be a little runnier than what I did, but it's okay, we can keep on going. Yeah, what did I need next? Egg yolks. Yup, egg yolks and a pinch of salt. Literally, a pinch of salt. We're gonna mix it up. And again, this mixture should be runny, but as you can see, mine came out thick. But that's no problem, we kept going. Now we're gonna set that aside and make our meringue. Egg whites from earlier, cream of tartar, or lemon juice, whatever you have, whatever's available. Hand mixer. Mix it up. Then you're gonna need powdered sugar. I measured out my powdered sugar and then sifted it so that the sugar would be finer. I recommend you do that because the meringue's gonna come out smoother and you're not gonna make such a big mess like I did. But yeah, mix it up. Mix it. I forgot to add the vanilla extract, so don't forget. I recommend the Mexican vanilla extract just because it's kind of like the best one out there. But yeah, keep mixing, and my meringue started to overflow in the bowl, so I had to get a new one, a bigger one, so then I could have more room to make my meringue nice and fluffy. I will be totally honest and tell you that this is not a fast process. It's gonna take a while. So if you do make a meringue, do not be discouraged if it does not fluffen up instantly, because it's a process. Doesn't that look like butt cheeks? Doesn't it? I don't know. Preheat your oven to 325. You could do this at the beginning, but I'm not good with time, so I did it when I felt like I was almost done. Here's the complicated part. You're going to take 1/3 of your meringue and pour it into your egg yolk mix and combine it until it's nice and smooth. It should look like that. Ew, my hand again. But yeah, then you're gonna pour that mix back into the remaining 2/3 of your meringue and combine it. I really don't know why they make you do this, but it worked out, so there must be some kind of science behind it. I don't know. Here's what that looks like. Then you're gonna take your cake mold and butter up and pour some flour in it so your cake batter doesn't stick, and then place that mold on a tray and fill the tray with water. There's no measurement here, so feel that out with your heart. Then you're gonna put the pans in the oven. If it starts swishing around in the water, do not worry, it's totally fine. As you can see, it made it into the oven, baking for 45 minutes, and while we wait, we need to clean up, and boom, there we go, nice and clean. I promise I didn't make my sister wash the dishes. I washed them, I promise. I was doing my homework while I waited. In a minute, we're gonna see the cake. There it is, nice and hot out of the oven. We're gonna take a skewer and poke it right in the middle, and if the skewer comes out clean, we know it's nice and ready. There, boom. Then I let it cool for a little bit and I wrapped it up in plastic wrap. Unfortunately, I hope I had something better than plastic, but put it in the fridge overnight, and that concludes day 1. On to day 2, where we make the peach mousse. So the main ingredients that I used for day 3 were peaches. I used the yellow kind, but you can use whatever is in season for you. I also used these peach drinks. I got these at the Asian market, and I believe these are Korean, so I thought that was really cool. You're also going to need pink food coloring. I used pink gel food coloring because that's what I had at home. And you're going to need agar powder. Please follow the instructions because I definitely did not. So now we're just going to take our peach drink and measure out a couple tablespoons of it into a bowl. Again, all measurements will be on the screen somewhere. But yeah, that's what I'm doing here, taking my measuring spoons and pouring a bit of the drink into my microwave safe bowl. Yep, there it is. I taste tested it and it was pretty good. It tasted really natural, so yes, I would definitely buy again. Boom, here we go, 30 seconds in the microwave. It's kind of weird, but that's the recipe. There it is, nice and hot out of the microwave, and we're gonna add sugar. I realized that I added way too much sugar, so I had to redo the entire mixture, but do not fret because I had another peach drink, so it was all good. Same process though, measuring out the peach drink, putting it in the microwave, 30 seconds. But yeah, there you go, boom, bye. No, just kidding, don't do that, that's dangerous. Vape tricks, psych, don't do vape. Measure out the correct amount of sugar this time and mix it until it dissolves. Then you're gonna get your agar powder. I chose this because it's plant-based and not meat-based like gelatin. And then you're gonna take your pink food coloring if you want to and color it a nice pink peach color, and you should have something like that. Yup. These are the molds that I use for my cake and my jelly. I got them from IKEA. So yeah, I took it and I lined the bottom with plastic and a rubber band, and then I just poured my jelly mixture into it, as you can see that I'm doing here. I think I filled it all the way to the top, but whatever you need. Then I put it into the fridge so it could solidify. Look, there's our cake. Anyways, moving on to the mousse, I separated the egg yolk from the egg whites. You need the egg yolks, don't throw it away like I almost did. Measure out your sugar as well as your vanilla extract. Again, get the Mexican kind because it's the best kind. Doesn't it look like a duck? I don't know. Mix it until it looks something like this. Now we're going to measure out a couple tablespoons of milk, and we're going to heat it up in the microwave because we need it to be hot. I think I did 40 seconds. Now pour it little by little into your bowl because, I don't know, that's just how the recipe told me to do it. Here it is, nice and mixed, all frothy. Now it's going to go in a pot on the stove, and we're going to add a couple tablespoons of agar powder. Definitely add more because it's supposed to solidify in the fridge, and mine definitely didn't, but that's okay. Now we're going to make the whipped cream. Take your heavy whipping cream and measure out a couple tablespoons. We're not really going to add anything to this, we're just going to whip it. There we go, hand mixer, back at it again. But yeah, just whip it. Mix it, and don't over whip like I did, but if you do, that's totally fine, no problem. Now we're gonna take our milk mixture and pour it into our cream mixture and whip it once more with our hand mixer. It was really messy, I'm not gonna lie to you, and it was really annoying, but it's fine. Now we're gonna take our peaches and we're gonna wash and dry them because we're in the middle of the pandemic. You don't know who touched those. Upcoming is a trigger warning because there's a knife. Yep, I warned you, a knife. But now we're just gonna cut little crosses into the bottom of the peach, and we did this because we're gonna put them in boiling water so we can peel them later. 5 minutes in the boiling water just to get them nice and soft. While we wait, it was a cereal break because it was noon and I hadn't eaten breakfast yet. It was really good. After the 5 minutes are up, take them out of the water and let them cool and dry for a little bit. Then you're gonna want to peel them. My mom helped me, and that was really helpful. I couldn't have done it without her. Now we're gonna chop them up a little bit more and put them into a blender. And you're just gonna blend them until you get a nice smoothie texture. Just like that. I honestly thought I could drink it, but I decided not to. Now we're gonna take our whipped cream mixture and we're gonna mix in the peach. I added an extra tablespoon because I wanted a little bit more peachier, but yeah, it should look something like that. And yeah, we're gonna take our cake and we're gonna level it off so our slices aren't too thick. And I just cut out a piece of the cake with the cake mold or cake slicer that I wanted, and I lined it with parchment paper, and underneath the piece of cake there's some mousse, the peach mousse. So yeah, and then I just added another layer of mousse and cake and another layer of mousse. So there it is. It was supposed to solidify in the fridge, but obviously it didn't, as you will see in the following clips. But yes, there it is. And with a little doggy break, that concludes day 2. Now, on to day 3 for taste testing and assembly. So yeah, let's get it. Day 3. I sliced up another peach that I had left over, and here is my cake and jelly. I had to make another one because the original one got messed up in the fridge. But yeah, here's all that I'm gonna use. And as you can see, the mousse did not solidify like it needed to be, but that's okay. The jelly turned out fine though. It was really cool to take out of the mold. But here is the final product. To be honest, I could have made a better cake. I think this one's kind of ugly. But that's okay. Yep. Here's me cutting into it. I really liked the layers. I think the layers came out nice. I just wish the mousse had solidified. But yeah, here's a taste test. Sponge cake was really good. The mousse tasted really nice, and the jelly was fine. I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. My sister tried it. She thought it was good. She really liked the jelly. She's gonna make a face in a minute. Like right there. She liked the jelly. But yeah, honestly, the cake didn't come out how I wanted to, but that's okay, because you know, you live and you learn. I also learned how to convert like grams to cups using stoichiometry concepts, in the sense that you can turn moles into grams or grams into moles using mole ratios, and that's part of what I learned. I also learned what a mole is. I didn't even know what a mole was until this quarter. I don't remember the exact number because it's midnight and I'm half asleep, but I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I hope you learned and took away something from my video, whether that be that sometimes you need to fail to keep improving, or how much a mole is. Stoichiometry was definitely not easy at first, but once I learned more about it, its uses, and its concepts, I guess you could say, after a while, it was like a piece of cake. Thank you for watching. I hope there's tasty treats in your future, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye!